So I think we all know what happened earlier on when I did that video on Hasbro saying that Cosmic Fury and Peppa Pig were the ones that actually brought those numbers up, even though it was caused by the writer's strike and the actor strike in Hollywood. But thankfully, Chris Cox, the new CEO of Hasbro, actually gave us a saving grace in terms of keeping the franchise alive. So it says, Hasbro CEO finally breaks silence on Power Rangers in 2023. The legacy lives on, and that's the way it should be. And that's the way it should be. Because with all of this stupid rumors and all of that is still a mystery. But we're not here to focus on that. We're here to focus on the future of the franchise and where it's going moving forward. So, enough wasting time. Let's just get to it. Our time with Power Rangers is over for now. But Hasbro's time with Power Rangers is only getting truly started. Ever since Chris Cox became the new CEO of Hasbro, he has been rather quiet about the cherished Tokusatsu franchise surrounding the superheroes we all love until now. Hasbro acquired the Power Rangers brand from Hamilton Bond in 2018. The late CEO Brian Golder, rest in peace to him, acquired the brand with the vision of not only reinventing the franchise, but fostering its true potential. Sadly, tragedy struck and Mr. Golder died of cancer in 2021. Chris Cox succeeded him in January 2022, but he has never mentioned anything about Power Rangers, leaning many fans to grow worried. And I think that's the one thing that really concerned me as well, because you're taking a dead man's place, even though he died 2 years ago. But I think at some point you're gonna have to mention Power Rangers every once in a while, just to give the fans a heads up on what's being worked on, what's everybody been up to with the Power Rangers, and what is the latest scoop, information, and all of that. I mean, a lot of us want to know what is going on. And thankfully, he finally opened his mouth about the franchise. So even though Brian Golder is no longer here with us, at least we can do is count on Chris Cox for giving us information and just try to keep the franchise alive, if you know what I'm talking about. Today at Hasbro's third quarter 2023 earnings conference call, Cox did the unthinkable, detailing its growth despite the impairments Hasbro faced this year, in addition to the strikes in Hollywood, as well as reaffirming their commitment to Power Rangers. So this is what I read earlier. In the entertainment segment, revenues fell 40%, mainly due to the strikes by actors and writers. Particularly, offsetting this, we saw 53% growth in family brands, driven by sales of Peppa Pig and Power Rangers content. And we love to see that, and I'm glad that they're actually keeping the numbers up despite what's going on in the industry right now. Our direct-to-consumer business has grown 57% year-to-date in 2023. Hasbro Pulse is the modest-sized platform today, but it is growing rapidly, providing new ways to delight fans and learn from our consumers. We are excited to continue developing our direct alternatives behind the brands like Star Wars, Marvel, Transformers, Magic, G.I. Joe, D&D, one of the best brand lineups in the collectibles universe. One more time. Our direct-to-consumer business has grown 57% year-to-date in 2023. Hasbro Pulse is a modest-sized platform today, but it has grown rapidly, providing new ways to delight fans and learn from our consumers. We are excited to continue developing our direct alternatives behind brands like Star Wars, Marvel, Transformers, Magic, G.I. Joe, D&D, and Power Rangers. One of the best brand lineups in the collectibles universe. And that was one of the best parts I read about that last article earlier, because it's nice to know that even though he has, he's been quiet about the franchise, it's good to know why he's been very quiet, because he just wants to give us the best news every time. So hopefully in 2025 they're gonna give us the best product we've been asking for, not from the rumor stuff, but a fresh start. It's surprising to know that Power Rangers is a priority for Hasbro. For a while, it did not seem like that was the case. Excuse me. Marketing for the brand has been underwhelming and inconsistent. It's also worth mentioning that the Lightning Collection is shutting down, as we previously reported. But does that mean Hasbro is done with the rights with the Rangers? Absolutely not. It just indicates that they know they have a problem that needs to be fixed. And that's all I've been trying to tell people all the time, Even though they're shutting it down for a year, it's not forever. It means that they're just gonna reboot the brand, reboot the Lightning Collection with better articulations, better paint jobs, and better face models that look like the actors, not something from the comics. And I only have one issue with the Lightning Collection when it comes to the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers remaster figures, is Zax's face. It doesn't even look like Walter Jones still. I don't know if they're having a hard time getting his facial features right, or maybe it's because of the lighting of the old photo that was used 30 years ago. I think if you would have hired a real artist that can draw and do the face sculptures on a ZBrush or something, I think it'll look 10 times better than the one you have now. Power Rangers is not leaving Hasbro. There are no plans to sell or give up on any of the franchise brands for that matter. In fact, in a Q&A session, we asked if there were any plans to prune any of the brands. Cox has something reassuring to say. Here we go. Our franchise are essential to the company and are linked to our main categories. In action figures, you have Transformers. Secondarily, Power Rangers. Power Rangers is on the verge of a major reboot, not just for the series at the hands of Jonathan Entwistle, but for the brand as a whole. It's possible and very likely that Chris Cox's main interest has always been the reboot and was waiting for a kids show to end with Cosmic Fury. It's also possible that he was just as surprised as how Power Rangers performed this year as we are. Whatever the future has in stores for Power Rangers, I hope it honors what Brian Goner had in mind. I trust that Hasbro did not let his vision die with him, and I hope to see Chris Cox continue to honor his legacy. I agree. I so agree with this part, because all I want to do is just see this franchise succeed. I don't want it to fail. I don't want it to crash and burn. Just do it right. Give the fans what they want and don't F this up. At the end of the day, I am glad that Hasbro is still keeping up with the Power Rangers. Yes, Cosmic Fury is a great show. It's not perfect, but it's still good. It performed well as Peppa Pig. And it's also the reason why it was trending #1 on Netflix. So that should tell you something. With originality, with creativity, with good scores, with good writing and storytelling, and the acting has to be important, and not to mention the martial arts. But the storytelling is also important as well. So for the Power Rangers reboot, I really hope to God that they add in more and more martial arts action. Do this right, Hasbro. I hope and pray to God that this franchise is going to turn around. And I think changes are going to end up being for the better. So shout out to Chris Cox for once again giving us hope, caring about the franchise, because we all thought that he was going to go MIA on us ever since he took over. And I hope to God, and like the article said, that they could just somehow, continue to honor Brian Golder's legacy to carry his vision of what he wants for Power Rangers. So, link to the article will be down below. I'm gonna catch you